Hi there and welcome to another session of Accountancy with me, Vishwanath sir. As we keep doing things in a repetitive way, you start gaining mastery over it. So nothing is more important than practice. Practice makes you absolutely perfect. You tend to iron out all your flaws because of practice. And this would lead you to gaining efficiency in whatever you do. In the last turn, when we last finished off, we did ledger. And of course, we would continue doing the ledger and try and gain certain important insights about what is your ledger all about and how we now see to it that we post the things correctly from the journal to the ledger. Okay, so today I'll be taking up a sum based on that, where we'll be only preparing two accounts, okay, because of the space constraints. Of course, I would not be able to prepare all the accounts which will not be visible to you on screen. So I'll be basically taking up only two accounts. So in this sum I'm going to take cash account and sales account. Okay, cash account and sales account. There are dates given, but I am as far as possible not following the dates. We are going to do the rough work where there will be particulars amount. Okay, so this is your cash account for you. I divide it exactly into two halves. Okay, so this is your amount, this is your amount. Okay, this is supposed to be your date, which I am not taking right now. And this is your sales accounts. So you have particulars, amount, particulars, amount, particulars, amount, particulars, amount. Okay, so we take this up and the first entry tells started business with cash, rupees 40,000. Okay, started business with cash. So the journal entry is what? Basically, I'll write it here and I'll rub it out. Cash account debit to capital. Okay. So this is the journal entry, cash account debit to capital. So if I rub this out, it is only to capital. Okay. So what do? I will write here to capital. Of course, when you are doing the fair, you will also have to put the date on the right hand side. So write to capital account 40,000. Okay. Now since I am not opening a capital account, the second effect will not take place as of this sum is concerned, because we are only concerned with cash and sales. The next is sold goods rupees 50,000. So when you sell goods, it is cash account debit, money is coming in. Okay, cash account debit to sales. So I write here to sales. This is 50,000. And then I go to sales and write by cash 50,000. Okay, since both the accounts are involved, I have to make use of both the ledger accounts. Next, purchase goods rupees 25,000. So if I purchase goods, money will be going out. Remember, whatever money goes out will be basically this side, and whatever money comes in will be this side in cash. Okay, so here it is purchase account debit. Why? Purchase is an nominal account, it is an expense, so you debit it. So by purchase, you write 25,000, and the second effect you are supposed to write it in purchase. But since in this sum we are not maintaining the purchase account, we are only going to make use of the cash account. The next is paid rent rupees 10,000. So if you are paying rent, it will be by rent. Money is going out. Okay, by rent account, this is 10,000. Okay, the second effect, you will have to go to your rent account and write down to cash. Okay, since I am writing by rent, If it is rent account, go on the opposite side of rent and write down 2 cash. Okay. The next is received commission rupees 15,000. Received commission rupees 15,000. So you are receiving. So I write here 2 commission. 2 commission 15,000. Okay. The second effect would be go to the commission account and go on the opposite side and write down buy cash 15,000. Okay. So that is your commission part of it. After that, receive sold goods rupees 30,000 to Rakesh. Okay. So you are selling goods to Rakesh, so it will be by Rakesh. Okay. Remember, in sales only this part will be used up. Okay. The next, you would have gone to Rakesh's account, gone on the opposite side of Rakesh's account and written 2 sales. Follow every word what I tell. It will be very easy for you to apply. Next is sold goods rupees 60,000 at 10% TD. So you will have to calculate the TD. Okay, that is 10% you will have to reduce. That means 6,000 you will reduce from 60,000. It will become 54,000. So it is cash, 2 sales, 54,000, and by cashier 54,000. Okay. After this, it is your next entry is sold goods rupees 40,000 at 10% CD. So it is cash account debit, discount account debit, 2 sales. So I will write here buy cash and buy discount. Because it's a cash discount, we have to write the discount here. The total amount is 40,000. So if you less, your cash amount will be 36,000 and 4,000 will be your discount amount. And here you will write 2 sales. You will write the amount of 36,000. Okay. Next, Rakesh paid us rupees 18,000 on account. Rakesh paid us rupees 18,000 on account. So you write here to Rakesh 18,000. Okay. Then what will you do? Go to Rakesh's account and on the opposite side of Rakesh you write down buy cash 18,000. Okay. Go on the opposite side of Rakesh and write buy cash rupees 18,000. Paid electricity bill. So it's an expense. Buy electricity account or buy electricity bill account 4,000. Go to your electricity bill. On the opposite side write down 2 cash. If you are writing buy, so the actual account which you go to electricity account, you will write 2 cash. After that, received balance amount for goods sold to Rakesh. Okay, basically how much did Rakesh pay us? 18,000. So 12,000 was get left. So you write here to Rakesh 12,000. Okay, to Rakesh 12,000. Next, sold goods to Supriya 20,000. Okay, so you write here buy Supriya 20,000. So what would you do in the next account? You would go to Supriya's account. You would go to Supriya's account and write down 2 sales. What would you do? You would go to Supriya's account and write 2 sales. That finishes both your accounts. Okay. Now what is left is balancing. How do you balance? Important. Now, of course, sales is only one side, but cash has got both the sides. So first, what you do is that total your debit side is 40 plus 50, 90, 105, 159, 159, 165, 195, 195, 195, 213, 213, 225. 225 on the debit side. On the credit side, it is 25 plus 10, 35, 35 plus 4, 39. Okay. So, but naturally your your debit side is more in the cash account. So if your debit side is more, what do? You write the heavier figure on both the sides. You write the heavier figure on both the sides. So this is 2,25,000. I write 2,25,000 here also. Then I minus 1,86,000. 1,86,000 is the balance. Okay, so this balance will be put on the credit side because this is the side which is less. So this is 1,86,000. Okay, now what is happening here? Your debit side is greater than the credit side. That means this balance of yours is a debit balance. Okay, why? Because the difference amount has been put here in case of the balance which had to be put. So your buy balance which is there comes here 1,86,000. Now let us balance sales. Okay, sales you have to add up only one side, so that will not be a problem. So it's 50, 30, 80, 80, 1,70,000, 1,70,000, 1,94,000, 1,94,000. Okay, so the other side is 0, so but naturally the credit side is more. Okay, so I write here to balance carried down 1,94,000, indicating that your credit side is greater than the debit side. That means sales will always have a credit balance. Okay, so which balance is this? This balance is a credit balance. Why? Because the credit side is greater than the debit side. Okay, so this amount of 1,94,000 is your sales for the year, which is there. Okay, so this is how you do your posting. Remember to post it in the correct way. If you post it in the correct way, you know your journal entries, you cannot go wrong. Okay, please go over through the sum. Thank you so much. This is Vishwanath sir signing off.